whatever, I got a little bit of the whistle. That'll be it. 4014 should be along soon. I'm going to record when it approaches.
Now with all the hands up here, I don't think they'll be able to see it. Well, let's pull this. I'm turning it on.
Downside of being short, it's not easy to see.
One thing I like about this, I can move. That's good.
There we go. Now I'm starting to see it. Ain't hard to see on here right now, folks, but I can see it on the big screen. It's happening.
What a little spooky now.
I can barely see on the screen, but I've got mine up high and it don't tilt.
Okay, now that our star is here and the stage is set, I have a few more special guests I'd like to come up to the stage with us. First off, please welcome the 17th governor of the great state of Utah, Governor Gary Herbert. From Utah's 1st district, right here in Ogden, Congressman Rob Bishop. Next, we have Sandy Dodge, who is the great-great-nephew of General Grenville Dodge, who became Union Pacific's chief engineer during the great construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. And also Margaret Yee, whose great-great-grandfather was a chef for the Central Pacific Chinese track gangs. It was one of these gangs who set a record for laying 10 miles of track in a single day, a record that still stands today 150 years later. To both Sandy and Margaret, we can't underestimate the impact that your ancestors had on getting us here to today. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Chairman Fritz for some additional comments.
Thank you very much, Scott. You know, today is 150 years in the making. It's the culmination of what we learned as school children in our history class, the connecting of East and West. It goes all the way back to 1862. President Abraham Lincoln signs into existence the Union Pacific Railroad at one of the darkest moments in our nation's history. And his vision is that we're going to stitch the country together. We're going to have the Union Pacific building west from the Missouri, and we're going to have the Central Pacific building east from the banks of the American River in downtown Sacramento. And they will meet and they will create one united nation. That story was about the visionaries that saw what this transcontinental railroad would do. It's about the workforce, the laborers working 12, 14, 16-hour days in the most brutal, punishing conditions to build this railroad virtually by hand. It's about our First Nations whose lives and cultures were changed forever. And it's about the communities that were created, communities like Ogden, that initially might have been a water stop or a way along a journey, and ultimately became economic engines in their own right. You know, the wedding of the railroads happened just 40 miles northwest of here on May 10th, 1869, and it changed America forever. Travel that took 6 months to go from New York to San Francisco at the risk of your life literally turned into a 10-day excursion in relative comfort. Global trade changed forever. Our diets changed forever. What we thought was possible changed forever. And while that connection was finally complete, and it was the culmination of years of hard work, the journey really was only beginning. The creator of the famous golden spike knew that better than all, as he inscribed on that famous spike a prayer that's as purposeful today as it was in 1869. May God continue the unity of our country like this railroad unites the two great oceans of this world. That's a hope that stands the test of time, and it still matters today. The Union Pacific family, all women and men, all 40,000 of us, are humbled to be a part of our history, to be connected to our urban settings, to our golden valleys, to our purple mountains majesty. It's a humbling and awesome responsibility as well. We understand that we have the responsibility not just to honor the past, but to continue to grow, to be a part of the building of this great nation that we call America. With that, I'd like to turn the microphone over to our great governor of this great state, Governor Herbert.
Communication technique in the telegraph is a telegraph to the country the completion. At 2:27 p.m. that day, a telegraph from Promontory. Almost ready. Hats off. Prayer is being offered. Chicago replies, we understand. All is ready in the east. At 2:47, the telegraph from Promontory was the simple word done. So please join me in using today's modern state-of-the-art communication and share your location that you're here today by using whatever social media channel you use and tagging this moment #done.
Give it a few more attempts, you'll get there.
Not enough steam to...
Not enough steam.
What was he, a railroad worker?
I don't know. He was he's from England. His family was he had a big fascination with Big Boy. They talked about it during the ceremony on Thursday.
Apparently we couldn't be there.
I had heard a rumor that they were actually thinking of putting Big Boy on a ship coming over for a European tour.
No, the loading gauge wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I think there's still too much water.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of water coming off of it.
Too much condensation on the whistle.
Stand that close to that water bouncing off of him.
That would get a bit warm, wouldn't it?
That's why he stood in front of the cylinder. Too much steam starts to build up, you got problems eventually. Big boy is finally awake.
One more. It's the that's the big one, and that's the little leg.
We saw this last week when they were in Salt.
These people are crazy. Look at them. Coming on the inside track. Thank you.